I mean, you're not a true bowler if you don't say that at least one time after a tournament, right? Oh, if only I would have had this ball. Only. One last shot in this zone. Almost 8-pin. But the ball kept hooking and took it out. What's up, guys? Brunsnick's back. It's time to introduce the Ebonite Entity. Now, the Entity has a brand new asymmetrical core matched with HK22 cohesion optimized solid. Can't wait to see what this one does out in the lanes for me with SPECTO running, of course. But before we get to all that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see what this Entity does out there. All right, it is time for a new Ebonite ball. Strong ball, new core. Let's talk about it. Crazy looking asymmetrical core called the Entity core. RG 2.515, differential 052, intermediate staggering 020. And that's all wrapped with the HK22 cohesion optimized solid. Finished at 502,000. Should be pretty strong, pretty versatile. I don't know what it's gonna be. Bowl on crown jewel though. Everyone knows this pattern. Whole lot of oil in the middle, dry to the outside, hoping for a whole lot of hook and a whole lot of hold. That's the whole point. So I got SPECTO running. I'm gonna start it out, move it in, and then put this ball through the paces. So let's get started. All right, always start on 15, a little drift. First shot of the day, you know, feeling good. New round of bowling balls for July. And yeah, let's start it out with a bang. Yeah. That's what I like to see out of the first shot. Skid, hook, roll. That one flipped pretty hard though. So if you look at the core again, it's like a weird square shape with a couple of brown pucks on it. You know, it's got that higher RG as far as terms of performance balls go. You know, it's got that 251, which is not low. Most low RG balls are going to be 246 to 249, somewhere in there maybe. But medium RG, that means we're going to get a little more length, a little longer disc. I don't know. Looks cool. Good idea. First shot. Nothing came off the ball. This thing's got to soak some oil. Let's try it again. I think I pretty much threw it on the same line, and the ball's like, no, there's no more oil on this line, buddy. You used that all up on the last shot. So, ball hooks quite a bit from the straight line. Where would I throw this ball? I don't know. I mean, you can use them on the straight angles like that if you're bowling on a lot more oil, you know, like a Nationals pattern, something like that. Something where you just got a lot of volume in the front, where it's not so abrupt in the back as far as just that cliff, you know. So let's try one more shot here. It's a little harder. Thing's trucking. Okay, I would say for you down and inners that, you know, like the speed, don't have a ton of revs, don't want to just jam it in the track, works good from that zone, I'd say so. Let's move it 5. Let's start swinging it a little bit and see what happens when we give it a little angle. I don't think it's going to have a problem. Normally with bowling balls like this, you're always worried about, you know, how far can you get left and open up your angles and it still come back through the pins. Playing it straighter, did fine. Whew. Even gave it a little loft. I like the way it rolls. It doesn't seem like it's flaring a ton. To me, like 052 differential, I'm not sure what happens after drilling, no idea. But let's try to see if we see any flare. I mean, yeah, it's flaring. Separation's probably pretty normal, but it just seems like the ball stays end over end. Maybe it's the colors fooling me. By the way, this is a cool looking ball. Definitely different. Let's try again. Same idea. Oh, it's in. Holds pocket. So far it's checking off boxes for me, which is what I always look for, is what ball gives me the most area. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be missing quite a bit on some of these shots. But hey, when you go bowl your league and you get that puddle of oil in the middle, you'll be all right. One more shot here. Here we go. Let's see if I can actually like get it out and hit on it a little bit. Hello. I want to hear in the comments just how many boards different that last shot, second shot versus the third shot in that zone. How much different? I mean, SPECTO is going to tell you where my break point was on those. So I guess that's doing the math for you, but how about that? Well, 5 out of 6 so far with Entity. Entity? Entity. It sounds like in that movie Black Sheep where they're in the cop car and they're high on nitrous and they're saying limit entity. All right, moving into 25. We're 10 left from where we started. Entity. Limit. ROAD. What do you say? That ball peels. You know, on paper, this ball is supposed to be heavy oil monster, right? Just on paper. It's a solid, pretty dull, 500, 2000. It's kind of versatile. I always call that versatile grit. But this ball is absolutely going crazy on the back end. I would have thought this ball just kind of tumbly, rolly, smooth. No, it's not what we're getting here. Let's throw another shot here. It's in more. Jeez Louise. We watching this, guys? Are you seeing the roll on this ball? It's running over the 8-pin. 7 pins everywhere. It's one of those things where, you know, when this video comes out, I would just be coming back from USB-C Nationals. One of those balls where, damn, I wish I had it in the bag. I mean, you're not a true bowler if you don't say that at least one time after a tournament, right? Oh, if only I would have had this ball. Only. One last shot in this zone. Almost 8-pin. But the ball kept hooking and took it out. 8 of 9 strikes with this ball. So far, I don't have much flaw with this ball. I love ASYMs. Kind of on the fence on ASYM solids sometimes. You know, glad they didn't shine this ball up. But now it's got me curious. What would happen if they did? Maybe they tried it. You know, a couple of shiny HK22 cohesion balls have been out already. No doubt solid, special effect. By the way, I moved in 5 boards there. Oh my gosh, feels even harder. There I was thinking about the shininess of the ball, the surface prep of the ball, and I forgot to let you know that, hey, I'm out of that zone. I moved 5. I'm into 30 already. And I always say that a 4-pin after moving in is a great sign because I know the ball's not quitting on me. The ball's continuing through and it's sharp. All right. Come on, man. Let's get this going. Back to the pins. Hold. Nope. Hit it! Man. All right, I have no idea what hit that pin. I'm sure the instant replay will tell me. Everybody in the chat and in the comments are gonna let me know what took that out. No clue. I feel like I need some rosin though. Some of the good stuff. Everyone sometimes asks me, you know, what's in the bag? What's in the box? Just rosin. I got 2 different kinds. One that kind of is good for your entire hand, and the tackier stuff I use just for my thumb. All right, one more shot here. 4-pin, trip 4. Well, messenger on the 4. And this one, let's get it down the lane more. There. Are you kidding me? Get out of here with that. Just once connect one of those flying messengers. Blasphemy. All right, I wanted to get down the lane. I got it there. And that ball saved up and stored energy and sent a flying messenger that didn't connect. 9 spare. So let's move into our last zone, 35. Now we're really opening up the angles. And I don't think this ball is going to have a problem with this, based on what I've seen. Oh no. Oops. Gonna have to increase that launch angle, Nick. That wasn't close. It's on me. Yeah, increase my launch angle. I gotta get it at least to further right than that was. Gosh, did that even get past 10 board? No idea. But, that's why pencils have erasers. Just open up the angles. I don't know why I'm scared. I think I just missed. Nice rack. What do you say? That was like a wrap 10, and then it kind of shimmied a little bit and hit it late. So it does have a little bit of issue getting back. It gets there, but it waits a long time. I'm gonna try that same shot, but just tone down the speed a little bit. I think the best zones are a little bit further right, at least to start right now. But let's try one more in here, yeah? That could also have been a wacky rack there. But maybe the rack helped me. You ever think about it that way? No. There, that's going flush. Nope, it's not. Okay. Thought I softened up a little bit more, but maybe I got it in, so counteracted. All right, really impressed with Entity. Not really impressed with the far left zone. Pretty much any zone leading up to that spot. I'm gonna go 10 right. I'm gonna get into 25 again. I felt that was my favorite zone where I couldn't miss. Literally, I could not miss. So moving 10 right, throw one more shot. Let's wrap up this video. Kablamo. Pretty phenomenal ball. Ebonite has low-key been making some of the best bowling balls on the market. Turbo X, one reverb, GB5 series. What else am I missing? All right, Entity, it's in there. So check out the crew, guys. New membership opportunities there. Check it out. Please subscribe to the channel if nothing else. Hope you learned something about the Entity. I sure did. Love this ball. Hope you guys do too. So that's all for this ball. Please subscribe. Once again, see you next video.